I'm tired of getting in and out of Facebook jail. This is some bullshit right here, little homie. Are y'all tired of me going to Facebook jail? Like, what did I do? Like, I am tired of go. Look, I'm tired of going to Facebook jail, y'all. I'm tired of it. This is crazy. Like, I didn't do anything. All I did was share. What's up, y'all? Oh my God. I know. Look, all I did, you say I'm not putting money on your books again. You're something else. Look, all I did, I'm going to tell you what I did that got me put in Facebook jail, right? All I did was post something from my class. That's all I did. I didn't do anything. I didn't say nothing about nobody's political situation. I didn't say shit at all. And I got put in Facebook jail. And then I tried to appeal it, and Facebook was like, nope. Pow. I'm like, damn, what? What's up? What's up, Ivan? What's going on, man? Steve, what's going on? Y'all share this, man. You said, can I really tell you what's happening in Russia versus? Yes, everybody is asking me about this question about Russia versus. Yeah, you are just Mike Brown. Yeah, for sure. So here's what I think about Russia. Uh, I I would tell you this. Somebody made it as a comment, and when they, if you said Facebook can't handle the truth, I didn't do anything. All I did was put it on there about my doggone Marquise. What's up? Hey Marquise, if you want to come on, I'll send you the link, man. What's up, Mike? How are you? You said ain't no appealing Facebook penitentiary. No. I didn't do anything. I promise. I did not do anything. Okay, so I froze. Am I frozen, y'all? Could y'all get the likes? Could y'all throw some likes, some hearts, some loves to let me know that I'm not frozen? I'm watching it kind of right now. Hey, Laura, what's going on? Jeremy, what's up? Patah, Michael Connor, what's going on? Richard, Alea, Seth. Yeah, man, what's going on? Courtney. All right, all right. You said nope. Oh, I'm not frozen. Okay, all right. Hey, yeah, share the live, please. Love it. When am I coming to Tennessee? Should it be soon? Hey, how you? When am I coming to Tennessee? It's gonna be soon. You said my frozen on YouTube. What's up, William? What's up, running riots? What's up, y'all? Hey, hey, hey. All right, so let's talk about what's going on with the Russian and the Ukraine conflict. I've been listening and watching a lot of stuff. Life changer. What's going on? Now, are you saying I'm a life changer or this situation is a life changer? I don't know what you're saying. Um, so from my understanding, and that's really a novice. What's up, Andrea? Oh my God, Facebook felons. Yes, I will get to your message, Laura. Matter of fact, when I'm done with this live, I'll get to your message. Um, yeah, what's going on over there is heartbreaking. It really is. But I will tell you this, and I have to be careful about what I say because some of the stuff that I really, oh, I appreciate that, Jay Prince. I appreciate that. What I really want to say about it, certain things I just can't say because obviously page is probably still being monitored, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna say as much as I can without crossing certain lines. I will say that uh I believe that at the end of the at the end of the Cold War, not the Cold War, I, I don't know. I'm just going to give you my basic understanding of it because it's kind of all over the place. Long and short of it, when the Soviet Union was dismantled, I believe Ukraine ended up becoming its own sovereign state. And I believe Ukraine used to be a part of the Soviet Union. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, right? And I believe Russia wants to get that back. And here's what I think about Russia and what I think about the United Nations and the United States, because I've been watching. Okay, so that is correct. Oh, okay. So, hey, what's going on? Y'all, I'm seeing faces and stuff. Oh man, y'all. Okay, those of y'all on Facebook, you do understand if I go to Facebook jail, you can always go to YouTube because we've been live every Wednesday except for this past Wednesday. But we've been live every Wednesday on YouTube. Like, so I'm not gone. I see your comments. I still have a Facebook page. I still see that, right? Yeah, it's like the game of Risk. So here's what I think about Russia. So the U.S. and the United Nations have been talking about sanctions, sanctioning Russia for what they're doing. And Russia is like, we don't care. You can sanction all you want. We don't care. We're ready to withstand your sanctions. What's up, Justin? And that's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ukraine, was it Belarus and Lithuania used to be Russia. Yeah. And so I think that what Russia is saying is, we don't care. Here's the problem that I see with this whole conflict, for whatever that's worth, right? I see that, and I was listening to the UN. This is why you gotta hold off saying stuff until you listen to all sides. So I was listening to the UN, the prime minister, I believe, of, I don't know, this, whatever, the Ukrainian equivalent to the United States Secretary of State, the prime minister. That's what it is, right? And he was like, when we decided we wanted to acquire nuclear arms, you all said don't do it. And when you all said don't do it, we said we weren't going to do it. And you all said you were going to give us protection. Okay? Because I believe at the time, Ukraine was trying to acquire nuclear arms. And somewhere the United Nations, the League of Nations, somewhere in that sphere of global leaders talked to them and said, don't do it. And in exchange of doing that, we'll look out for you, right? And they didn't do it, right? And so now you look at who is currently president. Don't want to say that person's name. You look at who's currently president. And then if you look at who's currently president and how a commander-in-chief is supposed to look and act and speak as if we don't want to test you. Because if we test you, we know you bout that life. You bout that life. Nothing about the current U.S. president says you bout that life. And so if you look at Russia invading Ukraine, I got to say, Vladimir Putin's balls are like, bow. It's like, you see what I'm saying? It's bow. It's like, you see what I'm saying? And it's like, boy, let me tell you something. You better not come over here and mess with our ish. Because if you mess with our ish, we gon' you up. And I don't think you're willing to risk global war for Ukraine. Let's talk. And here we go. If I have any Ukrainians watching, thoughts and prayers go out to what your people are suffering. You see what I'm saying? But when you look at it, is the world really willing to go to war against Russia for Ukraine? That's the chief question. Those of you all who've been listening to me for quite some time, Didn't I tell you that's how we work in terms of the US and global politics? We usually start out with some kind of diplomatic sanctions. We'll start with that kind of muscle first. And then it'll graduate to a full-scale military. Yes, it'll go to a full-scale military assault. But if you think about it, if we're the number one superpower because of our military might, if you will, right? And I was just saying that to someone today. I was having a discussion, right? Remember how you all heard me talk about the Pareto principle, the 80-20, right? That 80% of the people are riding off of the coattails of the 20. And within that 20, it's 15-5. 15 may be like your infantry, Marines, and then the 5% is like your MARSOC, your special forces, things like that. And so if you think about it, right, people are not really willing to challenge the United States because at present, we are the only country who has dropped a nuclear bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And so we, the present, are riding off the coattails of the greatest generation, World War II. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, here you have Russian President Vladimir Putin saying, you could try to get in this if you want to, but are you really willing to risk a mutually assured destruction simply for Ukraine? And so we're not trying to take away from the sovereignty of a nation, but you got to ask yourself the question, is the United States, is the United Kingdom, are we going to do that? Here we go. Can we? Yes, absolutely. Should we is the real question. I don't even think it would even come down to us having boots on the ground. The draft still won't be enacted unless absolutely necessary. I don't know. Because like Patah said, Russia got them nukes too. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that talk about, as close as you can get to certain kinds. You said depends on what Russia's ultimate goal is. I think somebody put that on their page. And when they put that on their page, I'm going to go to where it is. And I think this is probably the perfect way to analyze what's been going on right now. But I can't even find it. I'm trying to find it right now. Somebody tagged me in it. Tracy, you watching? Oh, Christ. Thank you all. Here we go. America beats up. Yes. See, here we go. America beats up only on little nations like Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan who don't have nuclear weapons. Now, here's the question that I have, and this is a question that I really have for you guys, and I want you all to tell me your thoughts about it. So, if what is good for the goose is good for the gander, remember the time when 9/11 happened, right? Where were you? September 11, 2001, right? Then remember the time where Secretary of State General Colin Powell, went before the United Nations and tried to make a case for, the belief that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction and things like that. And the United Nations was like, we don't want to go in. Remember when France, the whole thing about freedom fries and all of that stuff came out? And what happened? George Bush was like, oh, we don't need your approval. We're going to go in with a coalition of the willing. Remember that? Coalition of the willing. And we're going to go in no matter what you say. And what happened? The United States went in. So if what is good for the goose is good for the gander, Why can't Russia do it? Come on. Come on. Everybody at the UN, we strongly object to what you are doing, and we are calling for you to stand down. I turn it over to my friend from this country. Here we go. We strongly advise you not to do this thing, and we are against it. You must stop it right now, and then we will turn it over to my friend here, and then what happens? Listen, we are vehemently against you. You see what I'm saying? So many people are saying the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. We're against it. We're against it. And guess what Russia is saying? We don't care if you are or if you're not. We are still going in. They're still going in. So if it's good for the United States, why can't it be good for Russia? And see, this is a good lesson too. You can take what's happening in Ukraine and apply it to your life. Here we go. You let somebody convince you against your own wishes, against your own security, to drop your nuclear arms for protection that you ain't even getting. And then you want to go to them and say, remember that time I said we would not do this thing, and we did not do this thing? Where are you? It is time for you to show us that you are about this thing called the life, and you are not doing this thing that you said you would do for us. And it's like, who does that? Where is it that this is done? Where? And then you have the Putin who is telling you to mind your business, or they will reap the holy fires of whomever, and you're not going to come in. You're going to sanction. What is a sanction going to do with a madman who is killing people? How many people do that in their life? You let someone talk you literally out of things that are in your own best interest. You will let someone talk you out of things that are in your own best. Okay, the accent, you get it, right? But you get my point. You're letting somebody talk you out of things that are in your own best interest. You could have just said, okay, never mind, because you guys don't necessarily have, I mean, like, what is it that Ukraine has? Let's talk facts, right? Don't get mad. I mean, I'm sorry what's happening, but we got to talk facts. What is it that Ukraine has that other places? I heard it was wheat, right? I don't know. I'm stupid to certain things. Please help me out. What is it that Ukraine has that is worth fighting Russia for to the point of nuclear war? Somebody help me out. I'm not talking about the people, because the people have the right to life, right? They have the right to life. What'd you say? You be making my point, bro. I am making my point. How you gonna come in later at the last time and not say shit? You said I believe it was the plan. Are you talking about Chernobyl? I believe that's what it was. Where the nuclear accident happened. You said natural resources. Natural resources like gas. Ukraine's best interest would have been, let me put this on the screen. Ukraine's best interest would have been not to have been woke, corrupt, dependent upon the potato head. Got it. What's going on, Christy? You said no water. Hey, what's going on, Didi? What's going on? You said natural resources, Andrea. Natural resources. Chernobyl, that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, that. But they've already taken that. They already taken that. You said Ukraine has extremely rich and complementary mineral resources in high concentrations and close proximity to each other. The country has an abundant reserve of coal, iron ore, natural gas. Here we go. This is where that CPS education comes in, baby. Here we go. Was it manganese? Manganese. I hope that's what that is. I'm sorry. I'm going to probably botch that. Salt, oil, graphite, sulfur, kaolin, titanium, nickel, magnesium, timber, and mercury. Okay. I think that you said, look, Ukraine has a lot of resources. They are self-sufficient. That's why they never joined NATO. Well, you said, but also Ukraine has a ton of resources, aka energy. Let's not forget there have been 2 regions of war-torn for 8 years that are mostly Russian. So is it that they want is it that they want Ukraine to come back into the fold? The second largest European country, massive agricultural production. Thank you for educating me on this. Now, here's a question that I have for you all. What does that benefit the US? And is it worth us getting into nuclear war over? Is that worth us getting into nuclear war over? Because if it used to be a part of Russia and then it annexed itself into a sovereign independent state, right? Is it worth us getting into their affairs and causing a nuclear catastrophe? I mean, we invade countries all the time, don't we? Don't we do that? Help me out here, right? Don't we invade countries all the time? If we invade countries all the time and we do that and no one can really stop us, the United States, so to speak, dare you stop us from going into Afghanistan, Iraq? Oh, you don't want to? We don't need you. And then what happened? The UN came into the fold? Yeah, never not worth nuclear war. I appreciate you all putting that out there. That's why I said I'm more than willing to ask questions if I don't know. But is that worth us going to nuclear war over? Manganese. Thank you, Christy. You saw me botch it. Manganese. I'm sorry. Shit. I can't even say it was me being tired. It's not me being tired. It's that public school education. Okay. I don't always get every word right. Thank you. I appreciate that. You say CIA proxy to Russia from sales of natural gas. I believe it strengthens Russia as a whole. Got to put a stop to it. Well, Shonda, you got a point, but are we willing to go to what's going on, Lox Dion? What's up, man? Are we willing to go to war over it, though? That's the question I got. If you ever have time, read about the history of Ukraine. Interesting read. Now, I've got some friends or associates, former associates, who were from Ukraine. So I've known about the country and its existence, just not the history of it. You said Russia wants world power domination. They want to take over. So what do? Fuck the fossil fuels? Is that a question? I don't know what we do. Shit. Do you think we're going to get into it? Do you think it's smart for us to get into it? Because I don't take Putin as somebody lightly. I don't. I don't. Yes. Boy, I'm not going to say that, but I put it on the screen and I'm going to get off of it. Right? Are we willing to go to nuclear war? Nuclear, however you want to say it. Are we willing to go to that and sacrifice? We look at where our military. I don't even want to talk about the military. I don't even want to talk about the military. I don't. What do you all think if Russia becomes powerful enough, they coming for the US anyway? Well, I don't know. I don't know, because you said America has chosen sides in other countries' civil wars in the past. However, this one being on the scale that it is, does it change how we approach it? To put it blunt, is this really our business? Yes. I kind of gotta agree. Russia has been plotting on the U.S. Look at the election interference. You said Putin wants Russia land, Ukraine for the resources. Also, we are currently buying over 500,000 barrels of gas a day from Russia. Man, this is something. And are we willing to go to war over this? Because you know who's going to war? Poor and middle class. Here we go. Who's going to war? Poor, middle class, blacks and whites and Hispanics, right? Who's going to war? Don't get me wrong. I'm a veteran, right? 90 days, healthy diet, get into the gym. I'll drop the weight, shave the beard, see me look different. I'll go join if they need people that bad. I'm just saying. Right? That's just how, you see what I'm saying? Because look, some of y'all like, well, you look at Ukraine now. Look at its citizens, right? If ever there was a need for you to understand the necessity of the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, it is now. Ukraine is just, correct me if I'm wrong, just now training its citizens to prepare for war. Gun control is suspended, and they're giving people the right to bear arms and take up arms to protect the country. Do you remember World War II when there was a Japanese pilot who said, yes, who said that one of the things that I admired about the Americans is that while I was flying by, I think they had just bombed one of the hangars on Hickam Airfield. How there was, yes, please send that to me, Andra, right? How there was a pistol, there was a guy, a soldier, a Marine with a .45 caliber in 1911 shooting at the airplane, wasn't even hitting it. But the fact that he was bold enough to do it. What did Isroko Yamamoto say during World War II, where he said an invasion of the American homeland would prove extremely difficult, aside the other logistical issues, because behind every blade of grass is an armed American. Yes, behind every blade of grass is an armed American. I'm just saying, man. Marquise, what's up, sir? If you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you the yes, with a 1911. Yes. If America showed concern that Mexico was setting up in Canada with the possibility to invade America, what would you want the sitting president to do? Is that even possible? But I get what you're saying. You said you've been what's up, Chris? Man, why I feel like I got out of jail for real. Like I'm saying old names. What's up, Chris? Oh my God. What's up, Gerard? I'm saying if Putin gets more ambitious, for instance, Poland. Kurt says Russia wants control of every resource they can immediately control because they know our president will cave and continue to buy gas from them. Blank is too stubborn to get off his 100% electric agenda and reopen our oil lines and production. Fact. Are we talking about the Keystone Pipeline? Is that what we're talking about? Man. I just want to see who's going to pull that Trump card. I just want to see who's going to pull it. And see, here's this. Here's that I see. One of the things that I see is all this division in our country. And it's amazing how when we see the suffering of other people and the fact that, this is really a reality. Like, if we jump into this, if Russia gets a sniff or a whiff or a hint that we jump into it, and then we go to war, watch how that galvanizes us. Pearl Harbor. December 7th, 1941, a day that will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. We were at peace with that country. right? You remember the opening. Here we go. 9/11. Right? You see how you're not black, you're not white, you're American. We have our differences. But could we see ourselves in a position like Ukraine? And yeah, you're right, Seth. Not maybe. America does make money on war. But could we see ourselves in a position like Ukraine? I'm just saying. It's just something I've been overseas, right? Derek Rogers says the vast majority of I gotta put that up there, Derek. I gotta put that up there, Derek. Derek, you own it. You own it. The vast majority of Americans are not ready for that. See, I think we live in a blanket of security. Got it. Yes, I'm sending it to you, Marquise. We live in a blanket of security that people take for granted. People take this stuff for granted. And if you've never been overseas to see how people suffer, like, you just don't know how good you got it. Y'all just better hope that the leaders of this country make good decisions, or that the leaders at least listen to those who could possibly make better decisions for them. Because I'm telling you, you don't want this. You don't want this. You don't want this. I got you, Seth. 2 tours in Iraq, Kosovo, Serbia affected me. Neither all of this. I'm telling you, you don't want this. You don't want this. You better hope they make good decisions. You better hope they make good decisions. You don't want this. You don't want this. Some of y'all say y'all want this. You don't. You couldn't even possibly imagine. You couldn't even possibly imagine. Yeah. Drills aren't high. Angry cops. Yeah. He said he's getting prepared. Hey, I'm just saying. You don't want this. Everybody want war until it's time to war. Everybody ready to do gun shit until it's time to do gun shit. If you ain't, I love studying things like World War II, right? Why do I have a fascination for some reason with World War II. I like studying about the United States and what we've done, Japan, even Nazi Germany. Like I'm not gonna say what I wanted to say. I almost wanted to say something. But if you study about, you know what I'm saying? The strategy, why do you think they call it the greatest generation? You sure you want this? Are you sure you really ready for this? Because December 7th, 1941. December 7th, 1941. When that shit happened, and I just a couple of about 2-3 months ago, I just came from Pearl Harbor. What's up, Marquise? Just came from Pearl Harbor. And to see the USS Utah, I won't say it, I'm good. To see the USS Utah, to see the battleship Missouri, to see the USS Arizona, to go to the place where we got thrusted into World War II. And I've always wanted to go to Pearl Harbor. Always wanted to go. To go there and see where it occurred. And to just imagine living through that. And then how the country galvanized in a way that makes 9/11 look. Homes were sacrificing. Americans were sacrificing. They were buying war bonds, joining the military like crazy. Sure you ready for that shit? What's up, Marquise?
Man, now listen to y'all conversation. That's all I'm like, okay, let me go to chime in. So the question I asked, right? And I'm gonna present it again to the public so now they can hear it. If America was worried about Mexico in Canada with the potential to invade America, what would you want your sitting president to do in that scenario? You want them to do what to Canada?
You said what again?
What would you want them to do to Canada in the process of Mexico doing something to be able to invade into America from Canada's side?
If Mexico got to Canada's side, it seemed like they were teaming up. So is that where you're going with that?
So my question becomes this. Putin put out in a press conference months ago saying, hey, I don't like the fact that for some reason NATO and America has been chiming into Ukraine a little bit too much. And I'm in fear of invasion that y'all going to try to hook up with them so y'all can come over here and fuck with Russia. And fast forward, what just happened? What was one of the first things Biden had did after he made that announcement? He sent how many troops over to the Ukraine? So my question to you is, what would be the difference if it was on the shoe was on the other foot? If Biden was sitting in office, well, he is. Biden's sitting in office, and all of a sudden he's seeing a lot of machinery, a lot of talk, a lot of friendships from Mexico to Canada, when there are certain parts or areas, let's say Canada wasn't our best friend, or excuse me, Mexico wasn't our best friend, and all of a sudden they're putting stuff in Canada with the ability to invade from both sides. Would our sitting president invade one of those countries to stop the havoc?
I mean, we would have to.
So what do you expect Putin to do when he just told everybody, stay your ass out of Ukraine's business?
Yeah.
Me and Ukraine ain't got no beef until y'all come into it.
Yeah.
And look at what you got now. And it's amazing how a war can get rid of COVID.
Don't say that. We don't want to get put in jail again.
So my thing is this: there's a lot more to it, but here's the thing, and this is just how I feel, okay? Don't come for a superpower thinking you're gonna get help from the little guys when that superpower decides to point their missiles at us.
Yeah.
Now, again, if you look at what's going on, and then I just love how this goes. You had an election in 2016 that was supposedly highly influenced by Russia influence. But yet, Russia didn't have the balls to invade Ukraine with the sitting president that they put in office.
Hold on, let me see this. Chris is saying, Chris, I think you're misunderstanding. We're not talking about whether something is legitimate. He said, so what you mean? Putin is just protecting Russia, so he has a legitimate reason why he's taking Ukraine. It may be legitimate to him. It may not be legitimate to us.
Right. And it may not be legitimate to us for one reason. Who controls the flow of information?
The media.
So think about it. I'm not saying war is good. I'm not saying war is right. Unfortunately, we live in a time where I'm not going to trust everything that comes across CNN, CBS, and other platforms. I'm not. I'm not going to trust that shit, because I'm going to tell you like this. Whenever you have a news headline that says inflation and gas prices and food shelves being barren is based on the conflict with Ukraine, we've been going through inflation for the last year. What does 2 weeks ago got to do with 1 year ago? So, unfortunately, I feel like this. I would love to have better insight on what's going on over there to understand. Like, again, I love the fact that the people are standing up for themselves and they fight for themselves. I love that shit, because guess what? Don't talk shit about needing help when we don't see you trying to help yourself.
Facts.
I hate that shit. Oh, we need America to come save us. But what you doing while you over there? Think about it. When some of us went to Iraq, we were training them to protect themselves so we can leave. We wasn't there to protect them and expect us to hold the bag.
But see, you know what? If you think about it, normally where we go, we typically drop anchor. If you think about that, wherever we go, we typically drop anchor.
So remember, think of it this way.
Okinawa, Japan, a bloody war. Now we got a Marine base there.
We occupy areas.
Yes.
So now you have, so think about it. And again, if we're so easy to discredit Putin's reasons for doing what he did, but you got people who are not discrediting our sitting president for stuff that he does, I feel a little bit of hypocrisy here. I feel a lot of hypocrisy here.
But not even our sitting president. Remember 9/11?
Man, please.
Remember we talked about that. Here we go. The coalition of the willing. He went before the United Nations and he said that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction and that Afghanistan, I think he was doing it more so on Iraq, and the UN said, no, we are not willing to back you behind this. And George Bush was like, we don't care. We're still going to go regardless. And guess what we did? We went in with a coalition of the willing.
And found what?
Nothing. Right. So here we go. What's good for the goose is like, is it not hypocrisy? Like, can Russia, and I've seen videos of Putin saying, wait a minute, are you clearly saying that we're wrong when you literally did the same thing just a few years ago?
Hypocrisy. If you're not willing to call out your own shit, stop trying to be the Jiminy Cricket of everybody when you can't even smell your own shit and say it stank.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that has truly pissed me off about America when it comes to certain things. Like, let's not pretend we went to Iraqistan. Let's not pretend we found no weapons of mass destruction.
Yes, right.
Let's not pretend we lost a lot of brothers and sisters in Iraqistan. Let's not pretend that none of the shit we did besides going, America, fuck yeah. What did we do? What did we prove? We didn't prove any of that. So now you're telling me that as an American citizen to believe whatever my president say, but as a person who went overseas and knows some of his brothers and sisters died? No, sir. No, sir. I was there.
Right.
You're not going to piss on my head and tell me it's raining when I see your ding-a-ling out.
Hello.
That's not how that works.
Right.
So my thing is this. We have a effed up system when it comes to government because you have many sheep who believe in giving up their freedoms for a sense of safety. A sense of safety. So now let's think about it like this. And this might be very, very crude, but I'm gonna call it what it is. Those of you who've been in Chicago for centuries, if you remember, we had a small amount of gangs, right?
Right.
We had a small amount of gangs until when? they captured or killed the leaders of these gangs.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, we had a full blast of everyone was now a gang member. Yeah. We had like 35 million gangs now in Chicago alone. Yes. And it got real goofy when you got rid of the leaders.
Yeah.
So what was a couple of the first things we did when we went to Iraq? We took out which leader?
Decentralized.
We broke down and took out specific leaders.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Even though some of these same leaders that we took out have pictures with city officials.
They was on playing cards.
Or the fact that a lot of people who went after Putin also have pictures with Putin.
Mm.
Hillary Clinton got pictures with Putin.
Yeah.
Obama got pictures with Putin.
Yeah.
Bill got pictures with Putin.
Yeah.
All the people who are backing up the fact that we need to go F with Putin, y'all was buddies though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened with y'all friendships? So this is what I'm saying, and this is just how I feel. There are things that we don't know. There are things we don't know. I'm going to say it like this. Don't let the media tell you how you should feel. Do your damn research and go figure out what's really going on. Yeah. Because for us to say that Putin doesn't have a valid reason for doing what he did, you the same motherfuckers who backed up Bush for 9/11.
Yeah.
And you still can't prove that the people that they went after was also associated with what happened in 9/11. We also never found weapons of mass destruction.
And we lost a lot of service members. And money. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, are we really ready to go to war?
No. Fuck no. Dude, when our commercials about going to the military is about inclusion, as in AKA, I was raised by 2 mothers and they showed me strength. So now I joined the military so I can be strong. Versus what you see the Russians doing.
Yeah.
I would tell you like this. If you've ever in your life just YouTube a Russian recruitment video, you see these dudes jump out of airplanes, exercising, swole as hell, willing to do what they got to do, whatever else. It's about the military force.
Yeah.
So we're going to send our strong men and women to the Ukraine. And who's here to protect home? Yeah. That's right. The people you wanted to include who wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight.
No, they would bust a grape in a fruit fight. But it's the grape. Nope, I can't even say it because what? Nope, don't say it.
Can't do it. Nope. So this is what I'm saying. I would trust my government as far as I can throw my government.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a damn who's in office. If you do something that I don't agree with and I don't understand why you're doing it and you're full of shit, sorry, I don't sacrifice my freedoms for safety.
Right.
And if you actually look at a map, I want you to really look at a map of Russia to America. Everyone made this joke about Sarah Palin saying she could see Russia from her house. That's because when you look at a map in one way, which is flat, you see America and you see Russia. Rotate that globe to the other side. You got America and Russia. I swear to God, just rotate the globe and see the distance is shorter the other way around. Because remember, the world is round, not flat. So you're playing games with a superpower who literally said, if y'all intervene, you're next. He said that shit.
And the thing is, he got the balls to do it too.
He got the fucking nukes to do it.
He got it. He
got the nukes to do it.
He got it. And that's why I've been watching all these press conferences. I do not watch the press, the White House press briefing. I used to watch it when Sean Spicer was on because he was funny to watch. But I do not watch the press briefing in its entirety. Today I did. And literally almost everything that I think her name is Jen Psaki said, the White House press secretary, she's like, well, you know, the president has options and we're going to go ahead and explore those options. And those we can't say what those options look like, but you know, the president, he's going to explore. I'm like,
fuck out of here. Right. Well, the fact that you're talking about something, well, we're gonna put sanctions on Russia.
I do not care about your sanctions. What is next?
Why wasn't the sanctions put on before my man got Brody and said, I'm gonna blow this son bitch up?
Yeah, like come on, man.
Like, dude, that's literally, I hate to say it, that's literally showing up to the baby shower where you expected a new kid wearing a condom. You finna protect yourself after the fact.
That's fair.
Really? That's fair. She already pregnant, bruh. So you wait till after they bomb some stuff. Hey, we're gonna put sanctions on them to make sure of what? They just showed you can't tell them nothing, you can't say nothing to them, and they don't give a damn about what you got to say.
And
because we got more to lose.
Yep.
And God forbid.
Yes.
You just said the magical words. God forbid if Russia taps China on the shoulder.
You say your turn.
Because think about it. Let's not pretend that this Olympics was really smart. I feel that we should, and again, forgive me for whatever I say, but it is what it is. I feel America should have never joined the Olympics because it was in Beijing with all or China, where the hell part of China it was in, because of the things that they had done recently. For example, let's not pretend where a virus came from. We're not going to pretend that didn't happen. We're also not going to pretend that a well-known tennis player went missing because she had allegations about a politician in China. She went missing, came back out, and then decided to quit tennis as a world champion. So you already messing with a people who believe in tyrants.
Yeah.
Or the fact that you had a news reporter who got snatched up outside of the arena for the Olympics because he wasn't standing next to a translator when he was reporting to America what was going on. So because he wasn't standing next to a translator, he got snatched up. Because they monitor everything a person says. So, like anything else, we love to get involved in shit. So I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is how I feel, and I'm gonna stop talking about it because it's gonna piss me off even more. If you've ever been to grammar school or you ever been to high school, remember when two people had beef and someone in the middle said, "Who's ever the baddest, slap my hand."
Yeah.
And the person would slap that person's hand, and that person in the middle would slap the other side, but no one slapped the person who actually did the slapping. Welcome to the war you're dealing with right now.
And then didn't we just discharge some soldiers because they did not take the specific the thing? It's like, do you think like Russia did not make any statements about forcing their troops to take that? Hey, Andrea, Russia nor China. You see what I'm saying? Russia nor China made no media statements about making their troops take the thing. But we made it a big political spectacle and put our troops
second.
Yes.
We put them second to national defense.
News
because it was more about the jab than it was about national security.
Do you see?
It was more about me telling you what you're gonna do,
right?
Because I said you're gonna do it, than thinking, let's make it a choice like it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah.
So So when it became no longer a choice, people were willing to retire, quit, move on, or do whatever, or get fired for their beliefs. Fast forward months later, you find out that the mandates were illegal.
Yeah.
But those people have already left.
Yeah.
So we've weakened our economy. We've weakened our military forces because we weakened our numbers. And now we're going to start shit with a nuclear power who has total loyalty given to them because they let their people, even though it's tyrannical, still make a choice on whether or not if they need to get to go about their life. Like I said, you should never sacrifice freedom for a sense of safety. When you do, you deserve neither. You don't deserve safety and you don't deserve freedom. Because if you're willing to give it up for the thoughts, fuck out of here. It's literally the case of Mike don't need a gun so I can feel safe. Mike live on the east side. I live on the west side. But he don't need a gun so I can feel safe. Just like you need a jab so he don't get sick. That's literally telling somebody, you know what? I'm tired and I'm sleepy because Mike don't take naps. If Mike took more naps, I would not be tired. I would not be sleepy. Oh. Mike, you are selfish because you don't take naps enough for me to be well rested.
Y'all know this live y'all know this once we done with this live, I can't save it. Y'all know I gotta delete it because Facebook gonna try to block it. So
right, which is why we ain't say nothing about anything dealing with certain words.
Right. That is true.
I've done it on purpose. I've used no words.
I hope I don't get back in jail, y'all.
And like I said, man, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary to see where we are in this world now.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine multiple presidents before this one who wouldn't have the balls to say, I'm gonna do something, and if you get involved, I got you too.
Right.
Really? We never had no one with them type of balls. Even what you mentioned before with Japan.
Right.
It was like, yo, we woke up a sleeping giant.
We did.
They were asleep. If we never would have messed with them, guess what? Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
And if you think about it, right? Let's think about it. When we even got into World War II, we didn't get into World War II until we came under attack. Even when the UK was under attack, we sent them ships, we sent them, planes, we sent them certain, pilots, we sent them resources. We did not get, and UK was getting bombed to shit. Oh, they were getting fogged up. They were getting, it's horrible. And we didn't get into it until, and it's like, if you think about it, somebody else said that in the comments too. We choked Japan.
Mm-hmm.
We put sanctions on them. And they were like, we don't have any other choice but to go to war with you. Oil is what we need. Y'all want to choke us off? Well, screw it. And then what we want to do is we want to go get the Midway Islands, all these other different islands. And so the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we destroy the Pacific Fleet, which will buy us time, because we're not going to win at a full-scale conflict against them.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to buy time to be able to take what we need to take, grab what we need to grab, bring it back to the homeland.
And it's guess what? Yeah. And like I said, man, it's getting to the point now where it doesn't make any damn sense. So this is my question. If Russia decides to bomb America tomorrow, what country is coming to our aid? Because we love jumping in everybody else's business.
That's a great question.
And guess what? Think about it right now. Hold on. Let's play devil's advocate.
I'm so serious.
Let's play devil's advocate. We run to everyone's aid who is in need. Okay? So during the BLM, how many countries sent money to America to help us out? Okay. Now, during our time right now with barren shelves, gas costs, and everything America's going through, who's been sending us money? Who's been sending us food to be like, you know what, America, we see y'all struggling. Let me go ahead and send y'all some food. We don't get that type of stuff, but we run to everyone else. And in my personal opinion, and again, it is what it is, hate me now, Trump didn't play that. Wait, you don't help us out? And you don't pay for our protection when we're in your waters? We out of here then. Holla.
Yeah.
We're not going to give y'all free service just because you think we need to be here. No, that's not how that works. If you want service, you pay for service. But now we finna jump into a war that we are not ready for. We're not manned for. And I'm going to say it like this. It's a lot of people who probably own firearms and shit, but until they've ever seen an enemy who's willing to fight back to the death, not for robbery, not for personal gain, I'm talking about for love of country.
Oh, and Reggie's got a perfect point. After the way that we bailed on Afghanistan, nobody. And here's this, not after just the way we bailed on Afghanistan, if the U.S. had something to do with talking Ukraine into backing down on nuclear proliferation, I believe that's what it's called, or nuclear acquisition, where they were trying to get a bomb and they or some type of nuclear, devices to protect itself and its sovereignty. If the U.S. was a part of that talk to get them not to do it in exchange for protection, we are abandoning Ukraine too. So it's like, didn't I say this before that we are great at making enemies?
No, certain people who sit in office.
Well, that's what I mean by that.
Yeah, because I'm about to say,
not we, but you feel
no. I know what you meant, but I'm just saying though, because I remember certain people who kicked it with North and South Korea. I know certain people who made a peace treaty in the Middle East and done some other things, but was supposed to cause the war we're dealing with right now, but didn't happen. So we have a habit, depending on who's in office, to start fucking with people in hopes and dreams that eventually we're going to get something out of it. And the problem is that why do we get into wars hoping to get something out of it? Let's not pretend that certain wars weren't about oil and control of oil versus weapons of mass destruction. But let's not pretend. So this is what I've always been pissed about, and I will always be pissed for the rest of my life. Old men cause wars, young men fight them.
Fighting them, right. No, Rob, remember what I said. You said, how is the U.S. abandoning Ukraine? Ukraine isn't a part of NATO. Remember the question that I just posed. It's a hypothetical because I honestly don't know. But I know, having listened to the Ukrainian prime minister who stated that they were in the process of trying to acquire nuclear arms, and that this was a part of his plea to the UN. You all made us stop. You made us stop, and you said you would provide us protection. Where is that protection? And so, NATO or not, if America was a part of that conversation, then in essence, we owe a duty to them to do that, to protect them. But look, see, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. People are as loyal as their options, right? A person will say they're going to protect you and work. How many of y'all been lied to before?
No, better question. How many of y'all have not been lied to before?
Oh, my God. Right. If you've been lied to before and somebody told you they was going to do some shit, and then when it was time to do the shit, they backed out, right?
Oh. Mm-hmm. So my thing, and like I said, I still stick to what I say. I don't vote blue. I don't vote red. I don't vote green. I vote necessity. I don't give a damn what your policies, as long as your policies are good.
Yeah.
As long as your policies align, and I hate to say it, it might sound selfish, but it's the truth. Why would you vote for anyone who's not for you or not for your beliefs? If I'm pro 2A, I'm going to vote for a pro 2A president as long as he believes and stands for pro 2A. If there's someone who's pro entrepreneur, guess who I'm going to vote for? I'm gonna vote for the person who's pro-entrepreneur. And of course, I see this a lot, Rob, which is vote for the lesser of two evils. First of all politicians, I ain't gonna say all, that's mean, because I might get dinged for that one.
Yeah.
A lot of people align themselves to what better suits their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter if you blue or red. You align yourself to who pads your pockets. You align yourself to the people who put you in office. Unfortunately, the people who put you in office aren't the people who voted. It's the people who pay for your campaign. It's those people who get what they want from the person they put in office, the person who put the most money into their campaign, not the people who voted for them to be in that campaign and for them to win that campaign. So again, miss me with the BS.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If a politician truly was a politician, there are a couple of things that would never happen. One, you wouldn't make more money in politics than you did before you was a politician. That's number one. Number two, your investments shouldn't be aligned with any policy you can affect. So how is it possible that certain sitting officials had stock in Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca and made a killing when it became mandatory that you get a...
I heard you scared smoke. I'm going to do that.
So that's what I'm saying. Just literally, I'm going to tell y'all now, stop voting blind. Vote for what you need. Man. Don't vote for... Think about it this way. This last election was more about why I'm better, why the other guy is worse than me. But not one campaign, not one commercial was about how great I am for the last 40 plus years I've been in office. It was about how bad this person is, not how great I am based on these accomplishments. So if anyone has ever watched the Hamilton play, there is a line that has stuck with me and has always stuck with me even before I saw the play. They don't have to know me. They just don't like you.
Yep. All right, y'all. We hit it for an hour and 8. I got a Rumble account and I just downloaded Truth Social. So I'm gonna try other social media platforms and we're gonna try to stream from that too.
Rumble will let you do it.
Huh?
Rumble's gonna let you do it.
Rumble, yes. I just started a Rumble account. So go to Rumble, look up Instructor Mike. We're gonna still stream from there too. So you know, when Facebook does what it does, we can still stream on YouTube and Rumble. And yeah,
because think about that. Think about the fact that Mike has to find other platforms to talk because of censorship.
And we don't even talk violent. We don't even talk like, we're light compared to some other folks. Like,
but that's the thing though. It shouldn't even matter.
Yeah.
If talk is talking. That's called the First Amendment for a reason.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you can censor me whenever you feel like it.
Yeah.
You can block my account whenever you feel like it because you don't like what I have to say.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Dude, seriously?
Y'all, here we go. Let me put it to this. I think this is the Rumble. This is where I'm at, y'all. This is Rumble. I got Instructor Mike. I got 0 subscribers. So we're starting over. But Rumble has a lot of great content on here. And the 45 is on there. So if 45 is on there, you know who 45 is. It's not 45 caliber. But if 45 is on there, yes. Yeah, 45 is on there. I think I'm pretty cool. All right. So go to Rumble, look up. Rumble is an app. Okay. You the first sub. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yes. Go to Rumble, look up Instructor Mike. I'm building it right now. And yeah, Facebook is cool for what it was for, but now it's time for me to take my content and the guys. You all know we've been keeping up this Instructor Mike and Friends Triggered show. We've been keeping this up. It's about to be close to a year, and it has been so much value that Marquise and John and Jacob and Todd and Angie when she was on, and Brian out of Oklahoma, and a bunch of folks have been, even Christy, like you all have been following. You all have been doing a great job. And even those of you all on Facebook, everybody on Facebook, remember 2016 when y'all first started following me. I mean, I just absolutely appreciate it. I know Marquise appreciates it. And you all, we got classes coming up. Got to get to these classes. I mean, I can't wait till Facebook is like MySpace.
Ooh. Wow.
Hey, man. Hey, Patah Maze didn't own that name, Triggered. He didn't own that name. So I just took it back from him. He don't own nothing. You know, he don't own nothing. He better stop. Hope he don't get carjacked again. Patah, you know what I'm talking about. Petty as hell. Yeah, I'm taking my talents to Rumble. Don't get me wrong. Facebook is cool, but I like Rumble because Rumble. Okay, breaking news from Moscow on Newsmax: Russian troops have been captured by Ukrainian troops. I'm not surprised. This is war.
Okay, that's the way it is.
If you can't find me on Rumble, thank you, Ivan. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's getting there. Here we go. I know what you meant, Patah. Yeah, so if you can't find me on there, give it about a couple of days. I'll post it on someplace, Facebook, YouTube. Follow me on Rumble, Instructor Mike. I got the thing still right here. You're the fifth. Hey, while you playing, Seth, I do have an OnlyFans. I swear to God. No, hey, OnlyFans is not just for that, right? I actually built the OnlyFans. It's for content creators. It's for content creators. Hey,
well, I see you twerking in the gun belt.
No, bro, hell no. You still no. But I'm saying I got an OnlyFans for content creators. It's Instructor Mike too. You got musicians, all kinds of folks that's on OnlyFans. Now, I think that was one of the best things OnlyFans did was open it up to other content creators, because if they allow that stuff that's on there, oh yeah, you safe. So OnlyFans, I got that, but I ain't promoted that. But I only said that because somebody mentioned it.
With a gun belt.
It's about some Mike with a thong. More breaking news: Biden to deploy another 7,000 troops to NATO countries. Whatever. Y'all be safe. If you get orders to deploy, please be safe, man. Please be safe. Y'all,
man, keep your head down and your eyes up.
I'm telling you, keep your head on a swivel, please. Y'all be safe. So yeah, follow me on Rumble. And we're gonna try to stream, and we can definitely stream from Rumble and go live and just talk, y'all. Mike takes that Safari Land hoster to a whole new level. Exclusive on OnlyFans, only Rob ass. Oh my God, I gotta go. Yo,
this ain't Velcro holding this hoster up.
Mike out here exposing his inside the waistband on his OnlyFans. Y'all ain't shit. They gotta. Oh my God. All right. You all be safe. And come back Wednesday for Trigger with Instructor Mike. This has been a great conversation. I hope Facebook don't take it down, but if they do, y'all go follow me on Rumble and then YouTube, because YouTube has been solid, except that one time I was on a 7-day for some other shit.
For some content you pulled from YouTube.
Dude, for real. Like,
because the video you posted up was from YouTube.
Yes, literally. But what does that mean? So yeah, but I'm glad there are other places out there. I think that was one of the greatest things that happened, so that don't do with the memes, y'all. Here we go. So that people could go off and get more platforms like Rumble and, hell, even OnlyFans or whatever, or Truth Social. So that way we could get down to real great conversations and not have to worry about being blocked and stuff like that. So, all right, y'all, be safe. Go get something to eat, sleep, all that great stuff. You all be safe.